Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Craig Burley with us, and we learned earlier on in the show that Jan is in Manchester ahead of Manchester City against West Ham. How's your boy Haaland? How is he, Jan? Do you chat to him much? Is he having a lovely time?
Slowly lying behind Salah, and he will still get a Torshållskönig. He will win the top scorer title. Yes, but can I say, I'm a bit red today. I have been 10 days in safari.
Oh, brilliant!
I'm back from and I've been traveling for 24 hours. Home 2 hours just to unpack my bags, say hello, bye to my family, and then I'm back here in Manchester. So now I'm ready to work again, but I'm a bit sunburned.
Where did you go safari? I've always wanted to do one.
We went to Tanzania. And then we had some lovely days in Zanzibar at the end. Awesome. The highlight being my youngest. We were five of the family. Youngest waking up in the morning, and there was a leopard at the door, which was quite. And as a dad, I had to be very calm then. Yes. But then they told her, "No, don't you worry. The cats are afraid of human beings." Oh, thank you for saying that.
I was going to say not a cougar because that'd be quite the night out before, but we won't go that route, Jan, because that's one of your jokes. So I don't want to go down your road.
Yeah, I'll ignore that. Probably the animals all floating around Jan's.
They're floating. What magic!
Around Jan's lodge, wondering why he's probably doing another TV show somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
There's a camera on.
What's going on? Have you done?
I haven't done safari, but
it was very good, boys.
South Africa,
very good.
2010.
Shamwari in South Africa, very good. No, I didn't do it in 2010. I did a few other things in South Africa, but not safari. I didn't have time. Too busy prepping. World Cup games.
Yeah, for your World Cup games.
Right, drinking in the
bath. Now you're here with me.
Drinking in the bath.
Craig, how bad was Mbappe today? Can Real Madrid rely on him in the absence of Vinicius Jr.? 2 to 4 matches, that's what we reckon. That's what Sid was saying, between 2 or 4. Vinicius Jr. getting sent off today.
I reckon it wouldn't be more than 2 because it wasn't violent.
It's just what he did afterwards.
Yeah,
that could be the issue. If that's in the referee's report, him having to be escorted off the pitch.
Maybe it is 4 then. Well, the answer is they should be able to rely on him because he's supposed to be the best player on the planet, and he had a little decent run before the international break. I had some people that support him very excited about his...
Yes, Julian Laurent, I believe, was very much at the top of that tree.
People writing
XG, or times G. It's the best of the... I forgot about times G.
What, times G? Who said that?
Yeah.
It's XG. Yeah. It should be, should be.
Yeah, and we've talked about Vinicius Jr. a lot during the show, and I don't know if you walked off or you listened to what we were saying.
No,
this question asks, what does Ancelotti need to say or do to Vinicius Jr. in order for him to compose himself and not let opponents' fans get under his skin?
Well, first of all, I listened to your discussion. It was very interesting to hear your discussion because it's a challenge. It's a challenge for Ancelotti. What you're going to do? Just earlier today, I read a long interview with Günther Netzer and Lothar Matthäus. For those who don't know them, 2 of the best German footballers of all time, different generation, and they were discussing Vinicius Jr. And they were discussing the Ballon d'Or, and they were saying what is missing to be one of the greatest. He has to get control of himself. You can't have this, what he's doing now at Real Madrid. Günther Netzer played for Real Madrid back in the days as well, as we remember, and they were very critical to Vinicius Jr. because if you want to claim to be one of the best in the world, and in terms of his ability on the pitch, no problem at all. But I'm not sure what Ancelotti... Is he strict to him when we don't see it? Because now it's all about his appeal and it's him arrest against rest of the world and all those kind of things. Because if Rudiger didn't do the Nobel Peace Prize performance today, he could be out for a year.
When you think of a peacemaker, you think of Anthony Rudiger, don't you? And it's
exactly.
Look, people can write in and they can say, yes, but it was a soft red card. But that's not the point. The point is he's put himself in that situation again, as he has done too many times.
And having said that, I'm 100% sure that the players who are playing against Vinicius Jr. will provocate him. Absolutely. Right. But that is so predictable. He knows that. And he has to get hold of himself because, as Craig was saying at the show, this could be what will make them not win the La Liga. This can make them not win the Champions League because Vinicius will be suspended. So this is a problem for Real Madrid. Well, it's been for a while. We've discussed this before, and I'm pretty sure we're going to discuss it again.
Now, if that's a good point from Jan. This Ballon d'Or, most of us are not really that interested.
No.
But some of the players are. A lot of the players are, particularly in different territories. But it's not just about how you've performed on the field, but how you carry yourself, I suppose, is how people look at it, in a sense. And if you are seen to be as demonstrative and lunging at referees and officials and continue asking for yellow cards, whether you like it or not, right, that goes against you. Goes against you.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's quite accepted that. It's just, for him, it's just about, I'm this great player, I score these great goals, which he does. But in some sense, not that I'm saying it's right, taking your sort of behaviour and your character into the equation as well, but they do. And you're not going to be dishing out a Ballon d'Or to somebody that's in the face of an official every other week. It's just not going to happen.
No. And from what we've seen from Vinicius Jr. so far this season, not even in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or, Mo Salah, currently the favourite.
Can you imagine?
Jan, if you were Gyökeres and Amorim asked you to join him at Manchester United, would you?
Yes, I would.
Can you go to a better club?
You probably, but you asked me if he would go to Manchester United, and I think that he got everything to win to go to Manchester United. They're desperate for number 9. He is a great player. He's on a great run. He's in a great self-confidence. He will have a coach that will play to his strength. So I think that he would fit the bill at Manchester United. I don't think that will happen now in January. I think that is too optimistic because, yes, the January window is there to fix things, but Sporting will have a saying as well. There are clubs after him. Bayern had an interesting flirt. Oh. They were actually saying that he would come there to be like a stand-in for Harry Kane. He would never do that, would he? No. I mean, he scored like 50 goals this season. He would never do that.
What sort of flirting is that? Asking you to be back up for your number 1 choice? That doesn't work, does it?
Exactly.
Oh, dear me. Craig, does the news of Fofana and Badiashile being out for a long time push Chelsea into the centre-back market this window?
Who?
Badashile's out, Fofana's out as well.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
Reece James is fit again.
They haven't spent money for a while though, Chelsea. They've got itchy feet. Need to do something.
I'm sure they can find a couple of centre-halves at the training ground somewhere that will sign.
Oi! Craig.
I forgot about him, you.
Craig, Arsenal have been linked to Matheus Cunha. Will he improve Arsenal?
At this moment in time, I think you could say yeah. I like this. I've always liked Cunha. I liked him when he was at Lecce. It's been difficult for him at Wolves, on and off. Different managers, weaker team. He's a guy. I wouldn't say like sign him and he's going to be your number 9. But you could play him on that left-hand side. When Martinelli scored a good goal against Brentford, but he's been inconsistent. Obviously, Saka's out, so they have to deal with that side. I could see Cunha, a big, physically strong guy that likes to take the ball for a run. I think he's a talent. And I could see him filling out that squad, something that Raheem Sterling was meant to do, and he's sort of that surprise signing. He's injured, but I like Cunha. I think he's got a little bit of. He's not a natural goal scorer, but he does lots of other things particularly well.
Jan, can Arsenal win the league with this squad?
They can, absolutely, but I would stick to my guns. I've said it all along. They need the guy who scores this 1-0 for them. They need this player who scores when it's 1-1, and you need a goal.
Is Jesus that guy?
Pardon?
Is Jesus that guy?
Well, anyone will be that guy for Arsenal now, because if you compare him with the other teams, the one is with Salah, the other one got Haaland in the last couple of seasons. But I'm not that. I like Cunha. I loved him at Hertha Berlin before he went to Atletico Madrid, but I'm not sure that is the player that they're gonna get in. But I have to get in the number 9 to win the league, definitely.
So Jan, I imagine when you were playing in England, you would go back to Norway for a break at some stage. When you came back, did you come in early before training started, or do you wait till the last minute and use training to get back into shape?
I have to say, I was a very, very good trainer. I was good in training. Right. I was always early. Even after the 1994 World Cup, I'm not played in many World Cups, but I played the USA World Cup. We were knocked out, and I got an extra week of John Gorman to stay away from the team. I could go anywhere in the world, but I went home to Swindon. I didn't tell Swindon Town, but I was training on my own for 1 week without them knowing that I was home.
Professional, Jan. Absolute professional.
I was.
Back in the day, your summer was your rest. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If we're talking about a long break, we didn't have winter breaks. So you're talking about a summer, and that was and this was the sort of mindset. That was your rest period. Now, there were probably some players that kept themselves fit, but I'll guarantee you the bulk of professionals pretty much did nothing. Came back out of shape, and pre-season was then where you hammered your fitness. It's kind of the mindset of how it was. But you got a good rest then, unless there was a World Cup or Euros or blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, it's completely changed. I mean, they send you away with a programme.
Well, no, they can give you a programme. You don't have to adhere to it.
Well, I think most of them do these days.
But it's interesting, Craig, back in the days, as you were saying, I was so fearful for the pre-season in England. They said, wow, it's so hard. You can't believe how hard it is. And I must say, I was a bit disappointed. But listen, not because I was a great runner, but I surely understood why this was frightening for a lot of players. Sure. I had teammates at Middlesbrough who went to Mallorca for 7 weeks. And they came home with a world record in sunburn. And of course, any training then will be very, very hard for them. And as you were saying now, they are sending equipments on with them so that you can see how much you walk during the summer now. And a player in Norway that I was a manager for Lillestrøm, he said, there is no problem. I'm from North Norway. I will put him in a reindeer and they will see a lot of running then if they use that equipment.
Exactly.
That was a good idea.
Strap it to the dog.
I mean, it's utterly ridiculous when you think back now. And I'm not putting myself in this category because I was a younger player at the time, but I could have seen myself doing it. When we go to Spain with Chelsea, and it's Ian Porterfield, it's the manager, and he tells all these senior players that they need to run from this part of Spain, the beach, up back to the hotel. And
taxis.
They're coming back in taxis. I mean, getting dropped off 200 yards from the hotel and jumping out from behind the bush, throwing water on themselves, it's just, you think about it and you go, this was top tier.
Yep.
But they were just can't say the word.
Taking the mickey.
Jan? No, they did.
Jan, I assume you're going to Anfield then on Sunday?
Say that again.
Are you going to
I
Anfield?
go to Anfield.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Lovely.
I do.
Pictures of lions and stuff he's going to round like.
Lovely.
Yeah. When you go to Manchester tomorrow, Man City, will you be speaking to your recently acquired friend Ruben Diaz?
Oh yeah, Ruben Diaz.
Because he told you. Well, hey, we win things. We'll get it right.
Didn't he have a good New Year? Didn't I read something about that in the jungle?
I don't know. We didn't concede against Leicester, I suppose. That's the start. That's where it goes.
I was outside the field.
Right then, Jan. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend in the northwest of England. Me and
Thank
Craig
you.
will be
Likewise.
here. Well, not tomorrow. We'll be
In the
tomorrow.
northeast of, where are we?
USA, Craig.
Oh yeah.
Yes, in America.
Yes. Forgot where it was.
Oh well, that's all right. ESPN FC back on your screen tomorrow. Be sure to join us as we reflect on those Saturday games in the Premier League, plus a bit of copy action as well.